For most families, riding a disorienting amusement park ride is a break from normal, everyday life. But for one TV family, every day is like a day at the amusement park. Bill Whitaker shows the life and times of The Simpsons.
Cartoons may look like child's play, especially when the person on the receiving end of the joke is a grown-up.
Come on, you stupid tooth! Around the house, I never lift a finger.
But one cartoon has managed to capture an audience of adults as well as children.
I'd rather drink a beer than win Father of the Year.
It's The Simpsons, an unlikely primetime hit that after 12 years running continues to outlast its detractors.
Worst episode ever.
And still manages to surprise its fans.
Dad, the sad truth is all families are like us.
Think so, huh? Well,
despite their colorful appearances, The Simpsons are a classic sitcom bunch. Father Homer Simpson, mother Marge, plus 2.3 children. Bart, Lisa, and Maggie.
This is what is known as aversion therapy.
They've got all the problems of any other family, only as cartoons, The Simpsons can do things to each other that real families can only dream of.
No, wait a minute. Wait. Folks, if I can... this is not the way to get healthy!
If you want to know who to thank or blame for all this, you need to go here, to Building 42 on the Fox studio lot in Los Angeles. It's where the Simpsons writing staff
Break his heart.
is starting another day's work. If you didn't know better, you might think this was just a gathering of the show's biggest fans. And in a way, it is.
I can't see any cuts.
We're still trying to do the same things that the show set out to do 12 years ago.
Which are?
Which is to make America laugh.
All right, Brain. You don't like me and I don't like you. But let's just do this and I can get back to killing you with beer. It's a deal.
I've always felt we're writing for ourselves.
For the last 4 years, Mike Scully has been responsible for keeping one of television's most popular franchises from running out of steam.
We don't want to be the guys that sank the ship. So just that pride and determination to keep it as good as the previous year is what keeps you going.
Pride, determination, and fear.
And fear, yeah, you bet. You bet.
And when Grandpa wags his finger, he doesn't look like he's wagging it. It just suddenly snaps.
Yeah. It looks like his legs are going.
In a business not especially famous for loyalty, The Simpsons writing staff is legendary for its longevity. George Meyer has been here from the start.
I mean, at the beginning, you're just scrambling to keep the show on the air. And then after so many years, you start thinking, hey, this really is something important and something we might never see again in our lives, so we better make it good.
Come on, everybody! Time for the family portrait!
The world first met The Simpsons in 1987.
Everybody smile. I'm going to set the automatic timer.
When cartoonist Matt Groening began contributing animated segments to The Tracy Ullman Show.
Good night, son.
2 years later, The Simpsons had a show and a life all their own. From the outset, one message was clear: question authority. Homer Simpson may be a grown-up, but he's still as helpless as any kid in the face of power. Just consider his job: safety supervisor at the world's shoddiest nuclear power plant.
Just resting my eyes.
Well done. A rested employee is a vigilant employee.
It's a guerrilla battle. I mean, the authorities have the high ground. They have all the money, they have the tradition, they have the history in their favor, so we have to just kind of take pot shots and then run back up into the hills.
Pot shots at religion.
Looks like slim pickings today, Reverend.
Oh, Lord. Try the emergency plate, Ned.
Hi, everybody.
Medicine.
Now, if something should go wrong, let's not get the law involved.
The media.
This reporter promises to be more trusting and less vigilant in the future.
Excellent.
Every institution takes a knock on The Simpsons.
Oh, Marge, cartoons don't have any deep meaning. They're just stupid drawings that give you a cheap laugh. Oh, I don't know, with my massive blood loss and all. Although I do like the occasional beer. Although I do like the occasional beer.
Dan Castellaneta gives life to the words of Homer Simpson.
Did you ever see that Blue Man Group? Total ripoff of the Smurfs.
And has come up with one of the show's most memorable expressions.
Well, dough is an ad lib.
Dough, dough, dough.
It's always been written in the script as a annoyed grunt.
Dough, dough, dough.
And I asked Matt Groening what it was, and he said, whatever you want it to be.
Dough, dough, dough.
So I remember this comedian from the Laurel and Hardy movies, Jim Finlayson, always went, dough. Dough. And in animation, since it has to be faster, it turned into dough.
Dough, dough, dough.
I think we can be proud that we never did a bad show.
Castellaneta voices more than 60 other characters on the show.
There's an exit? For shame.
Providing the writers with a virtual repertory company to choose from.
Whenever I'm recording the actors, I always hesitate before I say cut at the end of a scene because I never know for sure if they're going to come up with something and I don't want to step on it. And they make the writers look a lot funnier.
I thought we could cycle the cat and the dog in the bag.
Writers like Al Jean, who's getting feedback on his latest script.
After the Bill Cosby thing, maybe put in an exterior night shot, just because.
To me, it's like making sausage, delicious sausage, but you really, can't be too protective of any particular thing.
If you're going to be a writer, you have to develop a really thick skin because everyone is going to have an opinion about your material.
Believe me, if you read something and it bombs, you definitely want it fixed.
So every season 13 people come upstairs.
Fixed and fast. Not only does the Simpsons team churn out more shows per season than the standard sitcom.
The one downside of animation is the schedule. It's year-round. It just never stops.
Animation is much more labor-intensive. 9 months from conception to delivery for the average episode.
I think that the key to that is just trying to keep the standards up and trying to keep a step ahead of the audience. Instead of giving them what they want, giving them what they need. And they don't know they want it yet.
The Simpsons will wrap up their 12th season tonight with a retelling of some American folk tales.
Yuck. All right, let's get started on lunch.
It's also a finale for Mike Scully, who's moving on from his post at the helm of the show. But the Simpsons, well, they're not going anywhere.
I'm getting used to never getting noticed. I'm stuck here till I can steal a car.
The house is still a mess, and I'm going bald from stress, but we're happy just the way we are. Don't think it's sour grapes, but you're all a bunch of apes, and so I must be leaving
Do you think we'll ever see her again?
I'm sure we will, honey. I'm sure we will.